Hello and welcome to Instant Graphics Now. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to edit the golden shiny 3D text effect Photoshop template using the free Photopea software. So let's get started. When you first open the file at photopea.com, it will display with these drawing guides, and that's easy to hide. You can just go to the View menu and click on Clear Guides, and the guide will be gone. So this text effect is easy to edit because the layers have already been laid out and spelled out for you. So editing the text itself with the gold effect is done by editing the smart layer that's labeled over here as place your text here. So the way that you edit the smart layer is by double clicking on it, and then this text box will appear. And so again, the drawing guides are on here. You can just clear them out. And now what we can do is we can access this text box by double clicking on it, and then we can make whatever changes we want to it. So let's say, for example, I just want to type the word hello. Okay, I can type the word hello, and then I'll want to save that change. And so the way you save the change is by going to File and clicking on Save Smart Object. Now, once this is saved and updated, you can click back on the tab that shows the text effect, and you can see that the text has been changed. And the font has been changed as well. So let's just go do that one more time so we can also see how we can change the font, right? So in Photopea, if you want to change the font of a text box, you can just select the text you want to change, and you can go up here to the font selector and click on the font that you want to apply in that text box. So let's just say, for example, I want to try this font called Airstream. Okay, I can click on Airstream to select that. I can also add or adjust the size here in the size box. So let's just say I want to make it 160. I can do so just by typing that number in there and hitting the Enter key on my keyboard. And so now this text has been updated to use the Airstream font and to a different size. And again, when we make changes here, we want to save them, right? We want to save the smart object. So you're going to go back to the File menu and click on Save Smart Object. And when we go back to the text effect, we notice that the font and the size has been changed. So you can edit this to say whatever you want as far as the text. You can change it to whatever font style and whatever size you need for your desired effect. Now, there are also other changes that you can make to this text effect template, right? You can change the background, and you can also hide some of this extra information that's down here. And let me show you quickly how to do that. So you're going to go over here to the right to the backgrounds layer. And when you click the arrow for the drop down, you'll notice that one of the sublayers on here says custom text effect. So if you just want to hide that, you can click on the eyeball next to custom text effect, and you'll see that it's now hidden and you won't see it. Okay. Now, if you do want to use that for whatever reason, you can just make it appear again and you can edit it how you see fit. But for our purposes, we're going to hide it since it's not really part of the text effect. Now, another cool thing you can do with this text effect is you can also change the background. And the way we're going to do that is that we're going to import an image that we can use for the background, and we're going to move it down here so that it's organized and it becomes the background instead of this metallic default that it comes with. So the way that you do that is you go to the File menu and you're going to click on the option that says Open and Place. Right? So when we click that, a window opens up and you can navigate and find the background that you want to use. Right? So I already downloaded a background that I like for this effect, so I'm going to show you what it looks like here. So I'm just going to click on the background that I already want to use, and I'm going to click on Open. And we see that it's imported there, right? So the first thing we want to do is just first resize it so that we cover the area of the background that we want. Now, I happen to want to cover the entire area. You may want to choose a different effect. That's completely up to you. Once you size it to the size that you need, then you can click and drag this layer down here in the Layers tab and put it above the background layer that's already existing there. Okay, so now you see that once I dragged it to the correct position, now that green background is now behind the golden text effect. And once again, we can click on the eyeball next to the existing background just to hide that. And now you have a completely new background added to this golden text effect. So you can play around with it and create all kinds of things that you need. Now, one final step is once you've created the look that you want, you're going to want to save or export this to some kind of image file to use in whatever project that you're creating this for. And we're going to go back to the file menu to do that. So you can just click on file here, and then you go to the option that says export as. And this export option gives you various file formats to choose from, right? So you can, one of the most common file formats are PNG and JPEG, but there are others such as PDF or SVG, okay? And then there are more options here depending on what kinds of things you're working with, right? But the most common image formats are what's going to be at the beginning. And so when you select one, let's say, for example, we go with JPEG and we click on that, then you'll get this window where it's asking you to give it a name for the file that you want to export, confirm the format, or if you want to change it here, you can do that as well. You can make changes to the width and the height of it, and you can keep it proportional, or if you want to change it, if you want to distort it, you can unclick this lock option, and then you can click save, and it'll allow you to save the exported file to whatever location on your computer. Okay, so that's how easy it is to edit this golden shiny 3D text effects using Photopea. I hope that this was helpful, and if you like this item, I'm including a link in the description for you to purchase it from my Etsy shop. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day.